All right, this is a funny one. Not a funny one, but this is an interesting one. So, Serena Williams, let me refresh this one before we get into it. So, it's being reported that Serena Williams lost 31 pounds using a weight loss medication. And she actually announced this uh, a couple days ago, I believe. I believe it was a few days ago. She announced that she was taking weight loss medication um, well after she was done playing. And look, she's 40 something years old. She's had two kids, I believe. And when women get older, it gets harder for them to lose weight. They'll lose inches first before they lose weight. So it's very hard for them to lose their body weight, especially after kids and getting older. It's just a bad cocktail in itself. So basically, she's revealed that she lost about 31 pounds using, I'm assuming this was Ozempic. But there's a kicker to this, right? There's a very funny part about this that people are not picking up on, and this guy is kind of breaking it down as to she may have been paid to use this drug, get the results, and now she is like a silent partner or sponsor for said weight loss medication. So let's take a look at what this guy has to say.
If you haven't already heard, Serena Williams has just done an interview letting the world know she has lost 31 pounds by taking the GLP-1. Now, when I first heard this, I was in disbelief, but then I kept reading. And then I see that she's not only endorsing it, but she's also a paid sponsor. So my next thought was conflict of interest. And then I kept reading. And I saw that her husband not only has stock in the company that sells the GLP-1s, but he's on the board.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Now, before I share my thoughts, let me add some context. Serena Williams is, and still is, my favorite tennis player of all time. And I do not care what anybody does with their body, let alone celebrities. Sure, I can do what you want. But I do care about the influence and endorsement like this can have and is already having. For example, people are already saying, and I quote, if Serena Williams can't lose weight without assistance, then the rest of us have no hope. That is simply not true. Do GLP-1s help you lose weight? Absolutely. But losing weight for most people is not the issue. Keeping the weight off is. And the second thing that bothered me was her saying, and I quote, no matter what I did, running, walking, I walked for hours because they said that's good. I literally was playing professional sport. I worked so hard, I ate so healthy, and could never get down to where I needed to be. GLP-1 helped me enhance everything that I was already doing, eating healthy and working out. Here's the problem. GLP-1s don't make you eat healthier. Work out more, walk longer, or burn more calories. They simply make you eat less. Because you eat less, you lose weight. Now let's go back to her quote. I would walk for hours and I would eat healthy. She said everything except what actually leads to weight loss, which is eating less. Now I'm saying this, leave it alone. It is your life. Do what you want. I'm not telling you to take it. I'm not telling you not to take it. But I will tell you this out of love. If you take a GLP-1, will you lose weight? Yes. If you do not gain the habits that lead to sustainable weight loss and you stop taking the GLP-1, will you gain the weight back? Yes. And a lot of people watching this have already done just that. Now let's flip it. If you create the habits that lead to sustainable weight loss, will you lose weight? Yes. And more importantly, you will keep the weight off, not because of what you took, but because of who you have become. For anybody saying, oh, it's postpartum weight loss, it's different. My wife had our amazing son in 2020 when the entire world was locked down. And she was able to lose 40 pounds because of the habits she created. So our message to you again is this. Do whatever you want with your body, but understand it is the habits that lead to sustainable weight loss. And when you control your habits, you control your weight and your health. God bless. Swear.
Yes, indeed, man. Well said. Well said. So, yeah. Look, and she's not the first celebrity to be endorsed by GL1P or Ozempic or Wegovy. There's been plenty of celebrities that obviously endorse these weight loss drugs to the public because they understand the influence that these people have um, on a social aspect. So, I mean, look, man, my thing is I'm kind of in the middle. Like, look, if you feel like this is something that you need to take to lose weight, if you tried everything, and most of the time, most people have not tried everything. They do basically what they think is work will work, and 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work, right? They'll do everything but eat less. But if you feel like this is, disturbing your quality of life, then hey, man, I'm not going to say don't take it. But at the same time, I will say try everything first before you take that. You know, try everything first before you jump into Ozempic. Because one thing that you are not going to change, or one thing that is not going to change, is your habits. If you don't make an effort to change your habits, then it doesn't matter what type of weight loss drugs you take. You can take Ozempic, you can take all these weight loss medications, you can get the surgeries, you can get the lipo. Look, you can get all that. But guess what, man? If you are not changing your daily habits, if you're not eating less than what you burn, then you're going to gain that weight back anyway. And you're going to be back to square one. I know plenty girls, right? Because I've trained a lot of them. I know plenty girls that have BBLs, have gotten BBLs, and they'll be in the gym working hard because of the BBL. But 9 times out of 10, they don't change the habits to keep them, you know, to keep them in shape. What happens is people go, they get the BBL, they get the surgeries, you know, thinking that it's going to change them completely, and it will. Right, short term, it will change you. You will get snatched, you will get snatched up very quickly. But at the same time, 6 months, a year later, they got to go back and get the surgery redone. Why? They didn't change their habits. They still ate like shit. They still, drank alcohol every day, every weekend. They barely moved their body because it's a quick fix. Now, the main thing here is that her husband is on the board of this GO1P company, which is very interesting. You know, so I mean, look, man, this is it's all about the money. I get it, man. I get it. It's always about. I'm never gonna judge anybody for getting to the bag. Like it is what it is. But I'm more concerned about the average person that's gonna look at this, and because they're gonna relate to her, mainly women. They're gonna see this and be like, "Oh man, see, she's just like me. She had 2 kids. She was a professional athlete. She walked every day. She worked out, and she still couldn't lose the weight. What does that mean for me? It doesn't mean anything for you, because just like in the video, just as he said, she was doing everything, but it didn't look like it was contributing to weight loss because she was missing one thing. She wasn't eating less, which is surprising to me because you have access to all the nutritionists in the world, you have access to the best chefs in the world, and you still can't lose weight. That to me is very interesting. Or maybe she did lose weight, but it just wasn't dropping as fast as she would like to. That's what I think happened. I do think she was losing the weight. However, she just wasn't dropping the weight as quickly as she wanted to. So she just used the weight loss drug to speed it up. Which to me again, it sends a bad message to the average person that's watching this, that's looking at her for motivation, inspiration, and they're seeing this and being like, "Oh man, well, see, she couldn't lose any weight. No, she actually probably lost some weight. She just didn't lose as much weight as she wanted to in the time frame that she wanted to. And now you think that there's no hope for you. So let me just go ahead and get on this GLP-1 because Serena Williams endorsed it and she said it worked for her and she lost 31 pounds and it changed her life, you know, and you think it's going to work for you. And it doesn't work like that. All that's going to happen is you're going to get on the weight loss drug. Yeah, you might lose the weight, but guess what? You're probably going to gain it back anyway in 6 months to a year because your habits still suck. You still don't know how to, properly eat. You still don't know how to prioritize protein. You don't even know your caloric maintenance to maintain that weight. So you're probably going to gain it back in about 6 months to a year, tops, maybe sooner. So, I mean, look, man, everything sounds good in the moment, but there's always going to be a another side that they don't tell you. That is the whole purpose of capitalism, you know? So, it is what it is.